Hey, Amazon, YouTube, whoever. So I just picked up the Redragon K556 RGB mechanical gaming keyboard and wanted to do a quick review. What you see here is what we get in the box. So what do we get? Instructions, admittedly minimal, but they're for a keyboard. They pretty much just have the, basically just lists out all the function shortcuts for the different backlight modes, brightness, changing color, and then the multimedia keys. Although you can see the multimedia keys are fairly clearly labeled, so you can really figure out at a glance what those keys do. So you also get, very interestingly, you get these, replacement brown switches. So you get 8 replacement brown switches. I had seen previous versions of this where for some reason they included 2 of each type, maybe to try or to replace, I'm not sure. But here you get 8 brown mechanical switches. I don't know how you're going to break 8 of the switches, but if you break 8 of them, you're still in luck. If 9 of your watertight compartments flood, then I guess you got to buy another brown switch. Okay. You get a keycap puller, and it also has a switch puller on there too for when you get mad at your keyboard and punch it and break your switches. Then you can use one of your replacement switches to fix it. And then you also get these Radicool stickers you can put on your door and let mom know to leave you alone because you're in an intense gaming battle. And then you get a USB A to C cable, because this does have a detachable cable, which is nice for the price point. So probably start off with my complaints about the keyboard, just because they're pretty nitpicky, especially at this price point. This is a good keyboard. You should buy this keyboard. But complaints, the USB-C cable that comes with it, I really think they could have done like a braided cable and something a little bit longer. The cable included is only about 5 feet or 1.5 meters. Probably plenty for most people, but that seems a little short for an included cable. It seems like a keyboard cable should be more like 8 feet. But then again, if you have a reasonable setup, you'd probably be just fine. And if this cable is a problem, you can use an existing cable or buy another cable, and then hey, you have a pretty decent cable for a phone charger. This cable is, seemingly of decent quality. I tested it on my phone for how much milliamp hours it would onboard, and it's comparable to quality cables. So, and it does have a ferrite core. It's got this kind of polished, beveled finish on the edge. The whole case is metal, including the bottom plate. Everything is metal, which is great. It's got this bevel, which I don't know, kind of don't like, kind of like, I'm not sure, but it's not bad. It does. You can see that it's not like a unibody design or anything. You can see the end caps are separate pieces, and you can kind of see where it doesn't, where there's a seam on the corners. But wow, that's a nitpick. Sticker is maybe a little bit cheesy. I don't know about that. And then I guess the only other nitpick is that this is not the Windows key that came on it. The Windows key that comes with the keyboard looks a little something more like this. It's just a key that says Win. So, whatever, that's fine. It's a little bit of false advertising because this button does not, in fact, cause you to win. I don't know. Would have rather just seen the Windows logo rather than it say Win, but that's a nitpick, and I used a key. We can fix that real quick. We'll just use the old key from the old keyboard. I want to say real quick. There we go. Beautiful. The key switches feel great. You get that nice tactile bump with the brown switches. I'm coming from a red linear key switch keyboard, and this is awesome. This is it's good for typing too. You get a little tactile bump. Prefer blue for typing, but for both purposes, browns. These are awesome. I guess we'll run through the quick lighting modes, and yeah, because that covers my complaints with the keyboard. The nice thing is all the lighting modes you can access right from the keyboard. I don't know what the Redragon software does. I don't install software for keyboards, and I never will. So I'll probably never find out. Maybe it supports per key lighting. I'm not sure. But basically, you hold down the function key, and you have 18 different lighting modes. Each one of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, goes through the different categories of lighting modes, for lack of a better term. Each one has 3, so you have a total of 18 lighting modes. So let's should have had these ready. Let's kill the lights and go through all the lighting modes. So breathing mode, that's a static mode. On the static modes, you can do function and right, that little change icon, that'll change the color. So if it's a static mode, you can alternate between different colors. This one does also have a unicorn vomit version right there, or solid red is usually what I go with. And the nice thing is this does remember your last, whatever your last color mode setting was. Once you are able to find the USB-C port, it does its little startup sequence, and it does return you to whatever the last lighting mode does. And if you do change colors and you go back to that lighting mode, it will remember the last color that the lighting mode was on. You can also adjust the brightness. There's 4 different levels. It blinks like that when you've reached the bottom. Well, there's 4 different levels in off. 1, 2, 3, 4. If we try to hit it again, we see that we're already on the top level. All right, what else do we have for modes? There's some reactive ones. Ooh, look at that. That's cool. That one just kind of hotkeys, I guess. That one just shoots across the row. This is some kind of breathing thing. Another kind of breathing thing. Another kind of breathing thing. Some of these you can change the colors on. Some unicorn puke. Some weird matrix stuff you can change the color on. Some breathing, pulsating unicorn puke. Should be able to change the direction of this. Yep, you can make it go up or the other way. Now I forgot which one I was on. And these should be the last 3. You get this kind of a, you got that going on. You change the colors on that. You got that. You got that. Then you got more unicorn puke. So you got 18 different lighting modes you can go through. The ones that that use static colors, like this, for example. Like I said, you can change the color of them. Unicorn puke or red or whatever you desire. I don't know. It's a good keyboard. It's $60. It's brown mechanical switches. They're not Cherry MX, but whatever. It's $60. Like what do you want this keyboard to do? What What more do you want? I don't I don't know. What more do you want it to do? Here, let's get it back to, what do we like? I like just the solid red. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good keyboard. Probably buy it.
Also, like the switch holder plate, and then obviously this is as advertised. It's a membrane style keyboard, okay? And once again, the PCB looks like it came out of something from the 80s. I love that they put that like anti-reverse engineering schmoo on the controller chip. Nobody wants to reverse engineer this keyboard, guys. You're taking yourselves too seriously. There's your RGB zones. Edge lit, 2 blue LEDs, 3 red, and 2 green. It's really cool seeing the way the light interacts upon the different colors in this diffusion sheet, though. Was there anything else you wanted to say about the keyboard?
Nope.
Before it goes to the keyboard bin in the sky? Goodbye, keyboard.
Finally, headset. So this is the Arctic Nova 3, so you can see like little bit extra mid bass. That kind of gets your like gunshots and stuff really nice. Kind of a strange dip at 5K.
Maybe not that.
There is compared to the Tommy.
At least my trained ear nailed the headset. Just basically poo-poo across the board.
Yeah, so bass, not too bad. After about 1K, so like when you're in your mids where like people might be talking or where there are like feet or gunshots or like kind of anything, it just...
Yep. I'm not even going to bother trying to find where the screws are.
Yeah, Sam, our audio engineer, actually asked us to take a look at the drivers and see if in production they forgot to take off the plastic that's protective, because it's so bad he thinks it might be just manufactured wrong.
Well, we'll find out. There's the RGB lighting. These are dead now. Okay, sure. The material is just that cheap. Tommy, you done goofed. Surely they can't generally be this bad.
I don't think so.
Yeah, nothing can be this bad. Except this segue to our sponsor.
Vessi, do you ever struggle figuring out what to wear in unpredictable weather? I did until I started wearing Vessi. Vessi says that their shoes are 100% waterproof, keeping your feet dry in the wettest of weather. Their lightweight and easy-to-pack sneakers offer you reassurance when the snow and rain start coming down. Putting them on and taking them off is super easy, and their shoes are made from cruelty-free products right down to the glue. Whether it's a rainy city or a rocky trail, the herringbone tread design is there to help stop you from slipping around. So treat your feet with Vessi footwear and save $25 with our offer code LinusTechTips at vessi.com/LinusTechTips.
If you guys enjoyed this video, you might also enjoy the one we did on the AliExpress mystery gaming laptop that unironically had a much better keyboard than this for $400.
I purchased this keyboard for my son's little setup that I tried to put together to match his mouse and mouse pad. Obviously, it's got the mechanical keys, the little clicky click sound. Great color. You can change the how you do it. Obviously, he's showing you. Change the colors on it.
You can change the style too.
So you can change the style of it, like the movement of the colors and things. So overall, it's really great weight and a fun keyboard. Great battery life. Comes with a charging cord as well. So I would buy it again, and I would recommend it to a friend.
All right, for what it looks like, this thing is incredibly solid. This is all metal. Like, if I threw this, it would do damage. Definitely got the build quality over Logitech there. It's a nice keyboard.